Ready, everyone, enjoy the first half and we'll see you at half time.
Make history this evening and be the first club to etch their name on that brand new trophy. Arsenal, the champions of Europe, breezed through their semi-final, beating Asbar 6-0. They'll face a sterner challenge today. Their opponent, South American giant Corinthians, showed real tenacity to edge past Gotham with a one-goal win. The Brazilian side will relish this chance to upset the favourites on their own turf here in North London. And a moment for the history books too, as this is the first competitive encounter between an English and Brazilian women's side in club football. Two teams packed with quality who have achieved so much in their respective continents and domestic leagues over the years, both going for gold this evening. Europe versus South America, Arsenal versus Corinthians. Kick-off. Let's take a look at the lineup then. So Arsenal make 5 changes from the semi-final. 3 of them come in the back line. Steph Catley, Katie McCabe and USA international Emily Fox all start. In midfield, Kim Little slots back in alongside Caldente. And up top, Arsenal opt for both Sina Blackstenius and Alessia Russo, who scored 2 when she came on in the semi-final. And back on the bench for the Gunners, England captain Leah Williamson, who missed the last game with a minor injury. The referee then, for today, is Katia Garcia of Mexico. The captain of Corinthians, 40 years of age. Kim Little, 35, 2 players that have been at the top of women's football for so many years. And we have VAR and semi-automated offside in operation today. Tatiana Guzman, the VAR main official. So here is how Corinthians line up then. Well, no changes for them. They stick with the same 11 that beat Gotham. Captaining the side, Gabi Zanoich. Goal seals Corinthians' spot in this final. They also have experience in the back line. 38-year-old Tamira, that left back, she provided the assist as well. Arsenal manager Renée Slagers, who spoke ahead of this about how pleased she was with her side's performance against Asbar, showed that her side was comfortable with the unknown. It was put to her ahead of kick-off as well that she's actually younger than Gabi Zanoich, the Corinthians captain. And there's Lucas Pitinato, manager of Corinthians. Didn't shy away from how important he feels this game could be. On potentially winning, he said this could be the greatest achievement in the history of Corinthians. Alessia Russo then to get us underway. All the lower tiers packed out now here at the Arsenal Stadium for this final. And it's Arsenal who get us underway in red and white then, shooting from right to left. Corinthians in black and orange. Two clubs who are champions of their continent, battling it out today for global glory. The Arsenal fans with their flags aloft, the chance to be the first side to win this trophy. What a tantalising prospect. Arsenal looking to start fast, and they've got a corner. Referee just ensuring that no illegal pushing and shoving ahead of the corner. They're taken short by McCabe. Northern Ireland international sinks it in. Back to Olivia Smith on the volley, blocked by a sea of black and orange bodies. Still alive here, Caldente. Gabby Denoich cleared. Punted long downfield. Chaos in the Corinthians penalty area. Little Arsenal captain. She's scored in 15 different seasons for Arsenal. That's how long she's been at the club. Smith, who scored in the semi-final, finds McCabe in space. Chin delivery. Back to another in-swinging delivery that's cleared at the back post by Emirates. USA international, 71 caps she has for the United States. Won gold at Paris in 2024 with them. Ever since signing for Arsenal in the NWSL, from the NWSL, she has been a vital part of that Arsenal defence. Olivia Smith now, running at G. Fernand. Wins the throw-in. Steph Catley getting her first minutes at this tournament. She didn't play in the semi-final. Lyle Codina, who partnered Ruben Moy, who's on the ball now, the England international. She'd give away. And Judah Sampaio finds Aquino. Slight Uruguayan forward who was really useful in that game against Gotham. Did a lot of work in terms of getting the ball up the pitch, releasing the pressure. Arsenal was so dominant in their semi-final win over Al-Star. They had 21 shots at goal, 10 on target. They only faced one shot on target, so very little for Annika Borba to do in that match, and nothing for her to do so far in this game as Russo plays it back to her England teammate Beth Mead. Breaks for Alessia Russo in the penalty area, and saved by the Corinthians goalkeeper Alessia. Wonderful little poked forward ball by Emily Fox, and was struck well by Rousseau. Fast start this from Arsenal. Russo scored in the Euros final for England this summer as Serena Wiegmann's England lifted the European trophy for a second consecutive time. Judah Sampaio comes away with it. Wonderful switch ball out to Aquino. Here is the Uruguayan up against Fox. This is the penalty area. Ball across is a decent one. And Ruben Moy nearly fumbled the clearance. And now Arsenal playing around with it in their own penalty area. Corinthians shooting towards that big section of Corinthian fans behind the Arsenal goal. Really good run from Aquino, and she did well to get the ball in. Ruben Moy and Catley combining to clear for Arsenal. What a sound those Corinthian fans would make if their side scored right in front of them. Cheaply given away. Here is Gabi Zanoich, goes from range. Behind it goes from the veteran captain. Opened up for her and she caught it well. Couldn't keep it down. Smith, possessed by Judah Sampaio, who comes forward, the young Brazilian midfielder. Gabi Zanoich. Nice build up this from Corinthians. Gio Fernandes. Cleared by Ruben Moy. Caldente, brilliant touch and turn. Mariona Caldente signed a talk from Barcelona, where she would have played alongside Andressa, number 8 for Corinthians. She's number 12 Spanish side. René Slager's ahead of this game on facing Corinthians, spoke about how the intensity they're going to bring with their fans is something Arsenal need to cope with. The physicality, one of their biggest qualities. Foul on Russo, free kick for Arsenal. And that was one of their biggest qualities against Gotham Corinthians, their physicality, their ability to stay in the game and out-muscle their opponents. Andressa with the foul. Needs to deliver. Towards the back post, strong punch from Lazio. Didn't have to face too many shots actually against Gotham. They didn't manage to get too many on target, despite the volume they had in total. A lot of them were off target. Spectral faced more attempts on her goal this evening. One that she'll have to save. Olivia Smith. Nice bit of skill. McCabe. Smith again in space. McCabe. Intricate build up from Arsenal. Giveaway though. Jacqueline comes forward up to Zanoich. Smith rides the challenge. Russo getting a little deeper, playing the number 10 with Tina Blackstenius, the furthest centre forward. René Slager's an Russo or Blacksenius, but tonight going with both. Here is Canadian international Olivia Smith. Catley's played every league game for Arsenal in this campaign so far, midway through their domestic campaign, Arsenal. And Smith wins another corner. The Arsenal fans trying to match the Corinthian noise from the far side. And Caldente over this corner. The rain teeming down now, making the surface nice and slick. Mead, McCabe, Mariona Caldente, Beth Mead again, the ball across. First contact cleared, and now here is Aquino. Overcomes Emily Fox to engage. Brilliant dribbling, the ball across. Vital header from Kim Little. And already in this game we've seen how Aquino and Gabi Zanoich are the two key players in the counter-attacking move. And Corinthians will try and pull on Arsenal. Arsenal dominating the ball then in this early moment, but because they've had plenty of possession against Corinthians, the Brazilian side only had 34% possession in the semi-final, but they came out on top, so you don't need the ball to win the game. Judah Sampaio up to Emirates, 148 caps for the Brazilian national side. With Steph Catley, Australian international, every single one of these starting players for Arsenal represents their countries on the global stage. "21 different nations represented in the 4 semi-final squad. Arsenal, a very international squad. Corinthians, much more Brazilian-based. Mariona Caldente trying to get Arsenal coming forward. Beth Mead now up against Emirates. Tantalising delivery, and G. Fernand able to leave it and go behind for the goal kick. One by Fox. Russo trying to slide it through to Stina Blacksenia. Here is the Swedish forward strike back to Smith, and it's in. Arsenal strike first, and it's Olivia Smith. A mistake at the back from Corinthians, leapt on by Stina Blacksenia, and finished off by Olivia Smith. Arsenal 1, Corinthians 0. Corinthians had dealt with it, but Blackstenius kept running, made sure the move kept alive, and Olivia Smith there to capitalise when the goalkeeper palmed it into her path. Sellers will be so disappointed. The centre half for Corinthians had the chance to clear it, couldn't take it. And the cheers are for Arsenal. They lead by a goal to nil. Quarter of an hour played. And so a different challenge now for Corinthians against Gotham. They soaked up pressure. Caught the end of your sell side on the break and 1-1-0. Now they have to come from behind. David with the foul on Bethmead. Here is the goal scorer. Two goals now in two appearances for Olivia Smith in the FIFA Champions Cup. And for Olivia Smith as well, who joined in the summer from Liverpool for that astronomical transfer fee. Her first Arsenal goal in a final. It's got to be a little more special. Driving into the penalty area now. Smith drives the challenge. Ball across the face of goal. Shot from Mead is saved. And Arsenal so close to a second. Smith just about onside. And the ball across the face of goal was a really inviting effort. Mead's shot also well struck. Strong save from Lexia. Emirates round the corner looking for Aquino. Will be mopped up by Ruben Moy. And final sometimes can be cagey affairs, but this game so far has been really open, really entertaining. The early goal really ensuring that there's plenty of energy here in the stadium. Corinthian players behind the ball. McCabe, nice from Arsenal, and Blackstenius couldn't quite find the precision in the pass required to pick out Rousseau. Wonderful initial pass from Caldente there. What she's so good at, Mariona Caldente. Aquino, but it goes for an Arsenal throw-in. Ball cut out. Judas Sampaio spotted the run. Here come Corinthians. Catley backing off, back in field, and a slip from Gabby Denoit. trying to catch on the counter. Russo fell. Fair challenge. Anna Vittoria. Fields to do to Sampaio. She goes from range and a vicious strike. Corner for Corinthians. Their first corner of the game, and Annika Borba having to pull off a superb save. Brilliant save, in fact, from the Arsenal goalkeeper, because that was struck with real venom. Off the woodwork too. Nothing to do for the first 20 minutes, and then suddenly called into action and has produced a really fantastic stop. And the swinging corner, put in a good position. Is it over the line? Yes, it is! Corinthians level! Brilliant corner! But right on top of the goalkeeper's head, and it was smuggled over the line! Right in front of that energetic Corinthians crowd! And we're all level! A fantastic final this is proving to be. Aquino getting the plaudits from her teammates. Borba thought she cleared it off the line. Aquino nodded it back over with her knee. Who will this goal be awarded to? Gabby Denoich got the initial touch. Aquino with the secondary one. It's whether that was over the line or not. Whether it's Gabby Denoich's or whether it's Aquino's. Chaos in the Arsenal box. Gabby Denoich then awarded the goal. 2 goals and 2 for her now then. She scored the only goal of the game against Scotland in the semi-final, and she's got Corinthians back level. Just 6 minutes between the goals. Ruben Moy carrying it forward for Arsenal. Fox, the right back, marauding forward up against Emirates. Brilliant delivery, too close though to Lepsia. What a Champions Cup she is having. 2 goals scored, captaining her side. The oldest player at the tournament. Fires it downfield, looking for the run of the Uruguayan forward. Ruben Moy doing just enough. Aquino down after that challenge, and Arsenal will kick the ball out. Show of sportsmanship there from the Arsenal players. They didn't have to knock it out. She does look like she's in a bit of trouble, Aquino here. She did well to get herself ahead of Ruben Moy. Ruben Moy did recover well though. Recently signed from the Brazilian side Internacional, Aquino. Looks like she's been a good acquisition so far. He spoke about the challenge this competition poses, taking them out of their comfort zone, so dominant in Brazil and in their continent, 6 times Copa Libertadores winners. collect. Best Mead now. Little. Again, Blackstenius can't find Russo. Emirates. No way past. Sea of red shirt. Kim Little. Game being played at such a ferocious intensity. Andressa fouls Kim Little, and the referee thought about the yellow card, but doesn't take it out on that occasion. Comes from best speed. Corinthians make first contact. Chief Fernand now will carry it forward. One by McCabe, who's fouled by Andressa. Two fouls in quick succession. Gets the talking to from the referee. Katie McCabe clearly gets to the ball first. McCabe, a player that last season broke the record for the number of minutes played in a European Champions League season, as Arsenal went on to win the competition. From McCabe, out by Gabby Denoich. Things forward for Russo, excellent touch. Ball across, looking for Blackstenius. Misses there, she can't get the follow-up. Gabby Denoich with more intensity to win the ball over Russo. Kim Little now. Catley finds Arsenal's goal scorer Olivia Smith. She curls it goalward. Ball for Mariona Caldente, who sends the shot high and wide into the stand. Lots for her to consider from this opening 28 minutes. The side scored early, but Corinthians came straight back to level. It's been played this game at a real pace, a real ferocity. McCabe with the throw in then for Arsenal. Quick combinations, but Arsenal can't move it forward. little time on the ball allowed. Either side is a slip. Allows Sina Blacksenius through. Slides it into Mead. She finds Russo. Touch turn, Blacksenius with the effort. Arsenal corner. Crucial slip from Tellez. And this combination between Mead, Russo and Blacksenius was brilliant. And the block celebrated as well. Quarter of an hour to go till half time then. Arsenal looking to get back in front. Caldente. Katie McCabe sets it. Curls it in. Cleared by Tamirez. Everything being played so quickly. Arsenal wanted to get the ball back in play straight away. Get moving. Get the ball forward. Here's Kim Little. Corinthians all dropping deep. Wonderful. Smith. Smith for the ball across rather than the strike. Wins outside a corner though. Arsenal ramping up the pressure. Taken short again. Mead. McCabe. Lifts it in. Before Ruben Moy could head, and the flag up for offside. A couple of times Arsenal have done that quick corner routine though, playing it short and Katie McCabe waiting on the edge of the box to deliver. Corinthians haven't quite cottoned onto it yet. Their goalkeeper has in need of a bit of attention. Like Leptia needs a bit of attention from the physios. Let's take a look at how Corinthians got back level. Well, Suda Sampaio had a brilliant effort on goal, saved by Annika Borba. And from the resulting corner, Gabby Zanotti headed it over. Borba thought she had just about scrambled it out. She hasn't. And Corinthians got back level. Lucas Gianato giving some instructions to his players. Rene Slegers is as well. Looks like the keeper will be okay to continue. It was a good punch from that corner initially. It is pouring with rain here in North London. Miserable conditions, but a magnificent final so far. Andressa. Tamirez. Gabby Zanoich winning it ahead of Ruben Moy. She's so physically superior than so many of her opponents. Gabby Zanoich just bottoms them off the ball. Very few players that do that to Ruben Moy. Caldente, a player that's won the Champions League with Arsenal, as well as Barcelona, World Cup winner with Spain as well. One of the top players in women's football in the world. break nearly Christina Blacksenia. Arsenal get another corner. So with Vitelas. She's been so alert, Christina Blacksenia, to any little defensive mistake or hesitation. Corner then. This is their fifth. 10 minutes to go till the break. Arsenal taken it short again. McCabe, Mead, whips it in. Flick on, saved by Letier and collected on the second attempt. Really good goalkeeping. It was Russo who got the header. The faintest of glances. Not enough to divert it away from the Brazilian shot stopper. By McCabe. Blacksenia nods it back to Smith. Blacksenia comes away with it. Mead leads to Fox. Fox delivers and it's cleared by Duda Sampaio. Bar Arsenal's goalkeeper in the Corinthians half. It's getting back level, the Brazilian side have dropped back into their defensive structure. McCabe marauding forward. Emily Fox. Plenty of red shirts to aim for. Kim Lentil. Gabby Denoy fires it away. The Arsenal fans staying for a free kick that they're not going to get. Pocket of space. Here's Mariona Caldente again. Scored for the penalty spot in the semi-final. Also scored against Chelsea in Arsenal's most recent WSL victory. Win over their London rival, sorry. Kim Little now in the penalty area. On the turn is Blacksenia. Couldn't guide it goalward. Well worked Arsenal move. Slipped slightly as she struck it. Not a great clearance. Smith falls down. And out comes the first yellow card of the game for G. Fernand. Gets a rather ironic cheer from the Arsenal fans here at the Arsenal Stadium. We're walking on a tightrope now against Olivia Smith. In from McKay. Free kick, Corinthians. There was a lot going on in that penalty area. The referee with keen eyesight to spot that. The goalkeeper doesn't look comfortable playing out with her feet. Calzante trying to find Kim Lissel. A couple of times Corinthians have tried to play it out from the back, and in fact their goalkeeper either hit an inaccurate pass or just fired it out of play, and she's telling one of her teammates what she thinks about that pass back to her that she didn't want. Arsenal very much on top in terms of volume of chances anyway. Katie McCabe. Back to Catley. The black and orange shirt behind the ball. Long diagonal. McCabe's forward pass will be latched onto by Smith. Mariona Calzante in space. That's not what you want to do as an opposition. The ball in. Unable to be headed goalward by Alessia Russo. Difficult ball in all fairness to Russo. Also good at keeping the ball. They're a side that likes to play possession-based football. Katie McKay back to Catley. They'll switch the point of attack out to the right with Emily Fox. First past their defender. Ball across the face of goal, and Smith was there but couldn't get the contact. Goal kick. Really inviting delivery from Emily Fox, put right across that 6-yard box in between the goalkeeper and the defenders, behind the defenders. She got a touch on it, Smith, but not enough contact. Final minute then of this first half. Again, Corinthians playing themselves into trouble a little bit at the back. Mariona Calzante, red shirt flying forward. Slides it into Russo. Takes her into body. She finds Emily Fox. Out to Bethmead. Strikes it hard and low. Straight at the goalkeeper. also her pass to goal blocked. Vintage Beth Mead move, that toppling in, strike with her left. Needed to fire a little further away from that steering goal. Here come Arsenal again though, as we're into the 2 minutes of injury time on the end of the first half. Little. Arsenal goal scorer, Olivia Smith. Nice 1-2, bursting into the box, down! And the corner is given. Fernand doing enough. Arsenal fans responding to the performance from their side. Fernand has to be careful there. She's on a yellow card in the penalty area. Short again from Arsenal. In from Mead. Cleared by Paid. Brilliant sliding challenge there from Emirates. And forward come Corinthians. The forward half of 4-1. End to end this at the end of this first period. Jacqueline. 1-2 with Judah Sampaio, who wins the free kick. Attack of the first half then, in from Judah Sampaio, cleared by Ruben Moy. Back to Judah Sampaio, but there's the half-time whistle. A ferocious first half. Arsenal took the lead on the 15th minute. Olivia Smith firing in after Lexia saves Blackstenius' effort. But Gabby Denoit got Corinthians level from the corner. Half-time, Arsenal 1, Corinthians 1.
At the start of every year, I find
Second half about to get back underway then in this inaugural FIFA Women's Champions Cup final. Arsenal 1, Corinthians 1 as things stand. Both sides making a change at the break. Frida Mornham coming on for Arsenal, and the very experienced defender Erica coming on for Corinthians, a player that's played in 4 Olympic games for the Brazilian national side. First the Arsenal change though, it's Frida Mornham on for Black Stenia.
Welcome back everybody, so we're nearing the second half of this final of Arsenal taking on Corinthians. Arsenal have made some changes, Jim.
Yeah, Frida Mornham coming off the bench here. I think for the first team of Black Stenia, so I'll watch to see how this one plays out, but a lot of quality on the bench regardless. We've still got Caitlin Ford, Chloe Kelly has been named on the bench, but one thing about Frida Mornham is she'll take shots, and I think that is what Arsenal needed for that extra bit of quality in their final third.
What do you think Corinthians will be saying to each other in this team talk here going into this second half?
45 minutes to glory, baby. Let's get it done. That's all they got to do to be the first team to ever lift this Champions Cup trophy.
Yeah, it makes for a very exciting second half. Okay, everybody, enjoy the last 45, and we'll see when a champion has been crowned.
At 1-1, it's all to play for still. Her goal is what got Corinthians back in this game. Back underway then. By the end of this evening, we will have our first ever FIFA Women's Champions Cup winner. Will it be Arsenal or Corinthians? Great pressing from Olivia Smith, Arsenal's goal scorer from the first half. Red shirt flooding into the penalty area. Lays it back to Kim Little, and good defending from Aquino. Passes Arsenal was in the first half. And it was smart from Smith to cut it back. Here's so many stops for Arsenal. The player that came off the Corinthians also spent 3 seasons at Paris Saint-Germain, so she's accustomed to European football. Arsenal European champions, of course. Arsenal captain Kim Little. Arsenal now shooting towards that big section of Corinthian fans behind their goal. Mornham, all across, gathered. Frida Mornham scored in the semi-final. Really good finish. Dominated by Lyon and Barcelona, and there's a pause here because the head clash between Mornham and Duda Sampaio. Mornham's back on her feet anyway. To look at what happened here then. Some steam from shoved in the back Mornham, and then Sampaio caught a flailing arm. Brazilian who came off worse. Sampaio named as the team of the tournament when Brazil won the 2025 Copa America. She'll have to go off the pitch before she can come back on, due to the physio staff coming on afterwards. Underway then. Corinthians, the player but she's straight back on. There's Catley in the centre circle, out to Ruben Moy. Build up this from Arsenal. Mornham. Right in. Fox back to Ruben Moy with a nice little trick away from Gabi Denoich. Mead waits for the overlapping run, uses it as a decoy. Little. McCabe. Cleared by Andrasta. Waiting for the gap, the defensive error. Plenty of bodies forward. Smith riding the challengers. Billy Fox now. Mead thinks it up. Flips on. Russo's there. Brings it down. Strikes it goalward. Too close to the keeper. Brilliant team move though from Arsenal. Probably scoop ball in from Mead, and Mornham did well to find Russo. Looked like she kicked the bottom of the defender's foot as she got the strike off Russo. Kind of a painful one, but sure one she can run off. Sampaio, who ran off that knot that saw her down a moment ago. Cioccoline to Gabi Denoich, who only runs it out of play. Mead. Kim Little. Fox. Corinthians defending well. Chazente. On to the 1-2, back to Mead, who helps it out to Fox, who fouls. Aquino, free kick Corinthians. Corinthians not set in their defensive shape. Arsenal trying to get a go straight away. Out it goes for an Arsenal throw-in. Corinthians in their off-season, Arsenal midway through their domestic season. In fact, English. WSL had a full raft of fixtures by the Gunners this afternoon. Russo finds our England teammate Ruben Moy, not Emily Fox. Second half, for 10 minutes in, Arsenal with all the ball, Corinthians defending deep. Arsenal need to move the ball quickly and decisively to cut through this deep block. What they're trying to do now is stop. All the way through. Goes. Taken turn, here's Mariona Caldente, Alessio Russo, pulled wide and ball across, now it goes for a corner. Did well to create that yard of space to get the ball in, Alessio Russo. Back to the defender rather than the goalkeeper that got it away. Here comes the corner. Good punch from Lepsia. Fox will try and keep it alive. And the rest stays with her. Cave. Nearly breaks for a red shirt and Smith fell on the edge of the area, no foul, play on. Still down Smith, the ball's put across, Ruben Moy wins the header and it's in! Arsenal back in front and Lotta Ruben Moy wheels away to celebrate. It's a striker's header from the centre half. In front. Lepsia hugs the post. She couldn't keep it out. Watched it fly past her. And Corinthians' back line is broken. Ruben Moy. Arsenal lead them by 2 goals to 1. When they went behind in the first half, Corinthians hit back straight away almost. And they do the same now. Olivia Smith back on the field. Corinthian fans behind that goal, still singing, banging their drums, jumping up and down, their side behind, the rain teeming down here on a Sunday evening. They have been such a great addition to the FIFA Champions Cup Corinthians, and the fan energy and the fan feeling that they bring. Players stripping off, getting ready to come on, as Kim Little has the ball for the Gunners. Ruben Moy finds Fox. Arsenal have completed only 4 times the amount of passes that Corinthians have. In this second period particularly, they've really dominated possession. Will Corinthians tire? Their fans certainly are. Ford and Holmberg then coming on for Arsenal momentarily. Player down there, and slip from Smith, and Anna Vittoria was caught awkwardly. Corinthians tried to pause play, probably wise. This is the injury then. Smith slips and does catch her awkwardly, although there wasn't a whole lot of contact. A bit of cramp being stretched out there. First change then sees Camilla Holmberg come on for Emily Fox. That will be a straight swap at right back. Holmberg made her first start for Arsenal in the semi-final of this competition. Recently fine from Hammarby. And the other change sees Olivia Smith, the scorer of Arsenal's first goal, make way for Australian international Caitlin Ford. No goal for Caitlin Ford. Last 21 games for Arsenal. And Corinthians also looking to make a change as well. Looks like Johnston will be coming on, the player that scored the winning penalty in the Copa Libertadores final when Corinthians lifted the continental crown. And Anna Vittoria does not look in a good way. That's a shame for her, real shame. So the injured Anna Vittoria makes way then for Johnson. 20-year-old forward. As Corinthians try and get back in this contest. They might be losing, but they're still enjoying themselves. Straight into the action with the clearance. Hooked away by Ruben Moy. A renewed urgency in the Corinthians play now that they're behind. To Johnson. Johnson, the substitute. Ruben Moy wins the header. Tedesco tries to dribble away forward. Good away. Here's the substitute forward. Forward by Pele. Breaks to Bethmead. Still Bethmead. Free kick in a very good position from an Arsenal perspective. Andressa unhappy that was given. Here is the challenge then that caused that free kick trip. She tries to come away. Bethmead, it's a foul. I don't think Andressa has much to complain about there. Bethmead and Katie McCabe over it. Corinthians stand behind that stand. Jumping. Like that is. At the Emirates Stadium. Steph Catley is being told to get back. She needs to see the required distance away from the defensive wall. Surely has to go for a goal from this position. Bethmead it is, and it's straight forward. Oh, Ranky dramatic. Put back in though by Holberg, and it was there. Aquino. Possessed by Mornham. Mead now. Like the Norwegian midfielder. Takes the challenge. Back to Little. Has the ball around the corner. Uda Sampaio wins it for Corinthians. Johnson making the forward run in between the centre half. Can she pick her out? Yes, she can. Fantastic ball. Johnson in on goal. Former to beat. And the goalkeeper save. That was the moment for Corinthians to get level. Their only real chance in this second period. And it's a brilliant save from Borba. Arsenal survive. Their lead is slender. Next goal will be so critical in this final. McCabe finds Russo. Mead. Pulled back to her right. Through for goal herself. Blocked, and now Aquino will bring it forward. Again, looking for Johnson. Ruben Moy passed it out. Good defensive positioning. 20 minutes remaining. Still with a narrow lead. free kick then for Corinthians. Here's that chance then for Johnson. What about this ball forward from Judith Sampaio? Did so well to evade the centre half, get it in behind Ruben Moy, and Johnson threw on goal, but couldn't quite get the ball past ball, but the angle came tighter and tighter. She knows how big that moment was. More changes then coming for Corinthians. Meanwhile, Corinthians have a free kick. Sampaio. Good work from Mead to prevent the header across. From Tellez. Here come the Corinthian changes then. First one sees Ivana Pusto coming into the fray for Aquino, a player that will be familiar with a lot of these Arsenal players from her time in the English League with Manchester United and Birmingham. The other change, sees the captain and goal scorer Gabi Zanoich coming off Rodriguez. Her first appearance in this competition in the semi-final final stages. Venezuelan midfielder. Also now coming forward with enthusiasm. Caitlin Ford turns and strikes. Doesn't quite break for Mead. Puts away. Brilliant header from Katie McCabe, so it's not that into the path of Mariona Calvente. With fluid, attacking football. Up to Johnson and Holmberg. Alert to the danger offered by Jacqueline. Looking to regain a bit of the control that they had. That Johnson chance made them realise that the game's not done and dusted. Very much still in the balance. Mornem. Out to Caitlin Ford. Always wants to run at her players, finds Kim Leftel, ball across, Beth Mead, blocked, back to Ford, she strikes, that blocked off the woodwork and the header over from Russo. Arsenal so close to getting a third. Brilliant work down the left hand side initially from Caitlin Ford. Again, Caitlin Ford on the follow-up. Thought she'd found the net. A vital intervention a number of times from the Corinthian defenders. There from Tellez. And here as well from Thais and Erika. And that big cheer is for Chloe Kelly, who's come on to replace Beth Mead, a popular figure in England and at Arsenal. Played a big role in England winning the Euros, of course, scoring a winning penalty in the final. And so it's been a really good player for Arsenal since joining in January. Got a number of key assists for the Gunners in key games on their way to winning the Women's Champions League. Hasn't had too many minutes this campaign, Chloe Kelly, for Arsenal. With little niggly injuries keeping her out. Little crucial intervention, and the Hawks are not happy with that, and in a bit of pain. She pulled something, she tried to get away. Kimless is protesting her innocence. Take a look at that challenge again then. Here is Little. Gets the ball first. Just like an awkward fall from Andressa. FIFA President Gianni Infantino watching on here at the Emirates. Keller, heavy touch, Mornham, Kelly racing away down the right. Here is Chloe Kelly. Rousseau awaits the delivery. It's blocked from Tamira. Little finds Caldente. Mornham trying to turn. Cleared away, and there is Johnson, always the outlet for Corinthians. She's quicker than Ruben Moy in a foot race. Sampaio. Cleared by Catley, back to Johnson. And the curling effort, a wild one. His side in need of a goal. Engaging final so far. It's one final sting in the tail, and Corinthians get a level up. Fired forward by Kelly. Hayes cuts it out, finds Ivana Pusto. Here is Tamira. Kaline. Oh, that's a really rough challenge from ball on. Referee's opinion, it is slippery out there. Any sliding challenge where you go to ground, you are going to have a lack of control. Forward now, showing forward. Where's the Caldente? Ball delivered in, too close to... Yep. Ten minutes remaining. Corinthians chasing the game. Arsenal looking to be the first ever side to etch their name on the FIFA Women's Champions Cup trophy. Holmberg. Jackson to the byline. Perfect delivery. Back post away by Thais. Here's Kim Little. Mornham. Back to Katie McCabe. Here is Mornham again. That's very nicely, but too close to the goalkeeper. Arsenal hunting for a third, a goal that would surely finish this now. Here's Tamira's got the assist against Gotham in the first game, picks out Johnson. Still chasing Johnson. Ruben Moy prevents the corner, but Johnson still has it. Frustrated at her teammates not putting her forward to support. They need a goal here, Corinthians. Moy, her goal as things stand, sealing this for Arsenal. Last 10 minutes, Arsenal very much in control of the ball. Holmberg finds Russo. Strong slide-in challenge from Tellez. Stays down, Russo finds Kelly. Kelly drifting into the box. Johnson, heavy touch though. All becoming a little scrappy at the end. Corinthians have a substitute ready to come on. Not been out of play though for a while. So on Jouet. Little fires it out to the Holmberg. Teenage right back. Now to travel in field. Showing experience, a measure of control at the end of this game. Little leaves it. They can't find Mornham. Goal kick. Lovely little dummy from Kim Little. I'm sure her teammate Caldente thought she was going to do that either. Corinthians change then. Robledo coming on, the 22-year-old Colombian. Jacqueline, the player making way. Russo now. Crowd gets up as she takes it and turns. Possessed by Ivana Russo. Got the fresh legs to hurry away from Little. Johnson out to Robledo. And the curling effort. A routine stop for Annika Borba. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Holberg. Kelly. Which can't cut out, but breaks instead for Katie McCabe. Frida Mornham looking for Russo, back to Ford. Forced wide. Red shirts in the box still. No hurry to get this forward. They lead. Pressure's on Corinthians. Oh, they took it away though. Into Johnson. And there is Kim Lenton. Renee Slagers just trying to help her side see this out. Ticking away now. Emirates with the ball clearance. Holmberg. In fact, it was Chloe Kelly, and it's a free kick against the England forward. Like it's been given for a foul here. Knock into Tamiras after the ball was clear. Kim Lentil. Brilliant pass for Russo. Ford on the follow-up, very nearly poking in. Good last-ditch defending. Let's all not be happy with letting that spill like she did. Helped out though by Thais Ferreira. Corinthians urging players to get forward for this. Judith Sampaio to deliver. In it goes, Arsenal make first contact. Back it comes, blocked by Ruben Moy. Amanda Fusa with the strike, Tamiras with the effort. Arsenal get it away. Here's Kim Little. Lovely little push and run. Into the final minute. Excellent defending from Arsenal at the end there. Ruben Moy with a crucial block. Hitting a midriff there and then again blocking. 4 minutes then at the end of the 90. 4 minutes for Corinthians to grab a late equaliser and take us to extra time. 4 minutes for Arsenal to see this out and be crowned champions. Breaks on the edge of the penalty area, and again Ruben Moy blocks. Still Corinthians carbon. McCabe tells the Corinthians player to get up. Boos ring around. Robledo. Let's take a look at that challenge again. This is what Robledo's complaining about. We do have VAR. They will be looking at this. Whether she kicks the player before she kicks the ball. Here is that challenge again then. This could be a massive moment in this final. Is that a penalty? McCabe points to the ball. Initially she waved it away, McCabe. Looking a little more worried now. VAR still looking at this then, checking for a possible penalty. And the referee is going to come over and look at the screen. Well, possible penalty for Corinthians in injury time. So this is what the referee is having a look at then. Is that a penalty? Katie McCabe on Robledo, player who's just come on. This final looks to be heading to an end, to an Arsenal victory. They're a twist in the tail. So, what is the decision of our referee?
Peer review, the number 11 commits a careless kick. Final decision, penalty kick.
Penalty Corinthians. McCabe has given away a penalty in injury time. And the Corinthian fans celebrate. This the moment. Rash from McCabe, just to have kicked through the player before the ball. And Corinthians gifted an opportunity to level right at the death and take us to extra time. Luka Borba up against Vic of Corinthians. What an ending to this final. Do or die now for Corinthians. Victoria then scored her penalty in the Copa Libertadores final. Can she score the pressure? Got kick now, yes she can! Corinthians level late on! Arsenal 2, Corinthians 2. Wild celebration in the stands. Wild celebrations on the pitch. Arsenal thought they'd done it. Shake of the head from Katie McCabe. Victoria with the penalty. And it's all level. Really good penalty. Just down the middle. Waited for the keeper to dive. You can never count Corinthians out. They go to the end. And now it's all to play for, all again. So we played more than the injury time, but that's because there was that long pause for the VAR. So I think we've got another 2-3 minutes to play before we go to additional time. Exhilarating final in this FIFA Champions Cup, the inaugural one. Arsenal and Corinthians serving up scintillating display. And Arsenal look shocked. They didn't expect that. That wasn't in the script. Little turns away. Can also respond. Dante, Ruben Moy, and Arsenal find a goal right at the end. Throw in for Arsenal. Taken quickly in from Wardham. Kelly finds Little. Fires goal with that block. Luda Sampaio clears. How many more seconds, minutes do we have to play? Is there a final chance in this? Here's Ford, driving goalward. Square to Morgan. She strikes. Strong save from Lepsia. Surely that's it. No, on we go. Kelly back to Mornham. Here is Mornham. Cut out. Judas Sampaio. Looking again for that out ball for Johnson. And that is it then. Full time. 2-2. Victoria with the late penalty to take up to additional time here in North London. Katie McCabe with the foul. Arsenal thought they had it, thought they had a hand on the crown, but Corinthians had something to say about it. 2-2, we go to extra time.
So we're going to extra time, everybody, in the final of this FIFA Women's Champions Cup between Arsenal and Corinthians. 2 goals from Arsenal, from Olivia Smith and Lottie Woven-Moy, but then it was Katie McCabe who gave that penalty away to Vic from Corinthians. We were all going crazy in here, but can we come to agreement it's the right call, Kelly?
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely PK. Unfortunate for Katie McCabe. I've been there before as a defender. You wind up, you're looking to clear it, and the Corinthian player was actually really smart, got her foot in there, and Katie McCabe just winded up right through her leg, and that's unfortunate because as a defender you have to understand where you are on the field, time of the game, and can you pull out of that situation? I don't know, but really unfortunate for Arsenal, but great for Corinthians to stay in this, and it's a testament to their resilience and their grit that we've seen throughout this tournament, that they are going in extra time against Arsenal right now.
Yeah, how could you not just be excited for them? You know, Arsenal had the lead, they've had so many chances, but Corinthians never gave up, never say die mentality, watching the fans, the supporters travel, and just praying that they finish that penalty from Victoria. It's why we love the game. This is what makes
why we do it.
It's why we do it. The first time these teams are playing each other and it's going to extra time, I mean a massive, massive game on both sides.
I'm deflated. I'm joking. Incredible game. This is what we love to see. You're talking about 2 top teams in a final, going down to the wire now, obviously, but I can't imagine extra time. You're in pre-season. How long can your legs handle it? Obviously, Arsenal, you're mid-season. Can they, cope with extra time a little bit more? Absolutely. But Corinthians' attitude and quality defending the box has been absolutely phenomenal. They've done so well to get back into it.
Look, and even though Arsenal were at their home stadium, does it feel like Corinthians have the advantage going into this extra time? I mean, the fans didn't stop singing, considering it's pouring down with rain there. It's probably freezing cold, and their team was down for quite a bit of the game. They didn't stop singing, did they?
I think all of the elements that you think would be the biggest asset to Arsenal, Corinthians have made it their own.
Yeah.
The weather, the home field advantage that Arsenal has, most of the supporters being for Arsenal, the underdog mentality has served them so well and just proven that they deserve to be here.
I think they're still creating chances though as well. I think Johnson had a brilliant chance to make it level already, just to go 2-2 much earlier on in the game. So Arsenal still can't write off this game. That still could be anyone's.
Yeah, I think that Corinthians is executing their game plan very, very well, right? Like, they know they have to defend, they know, and they've been very clinical and disciplined in their team defending, but then when they're able to break out and transition, they've taken advantage of those opportunities, and they're sitting level with Arsenal going into extra time.
And in a preseason.
Right.
In a preseason. It's so impressive from this side.
This is a game where the rain is pouring down though for Corinthians. You don't want any mistake to happen. Clear your lines as quickly as possible. But for Arsenal, just keep piling on the pressure. You're dominating possession. Just trust yourselves that you'll get more chances the more you dominate.
And I think move Corinthians.
Yeah.
Keep them moving, keep the ball moving, make them defend, make them run. Jen, I think your point of Corinthians are sitting in preseason right now. I would not be in a place where I'd want to be playing 30 minutes of extra time, sitting February 1st of a preseason. Arsenal, they're played in, they have the legs, they'll be able to do this, no problem. So I think that they should remember and use that to their advantage, that Corinthians might be slowing down as the game goes on.
And just before they stepped onto the pitch, I think we saw Katie McCabe speaking to one of her coaches. How do you think she's going to be able to come back in this extra time and put that out of her mind?
Short-term memory. Yeah, she's a pro. It's done. She's pro. She's been in that position before. She's only had 3 PKs gone against her. Forget it. Move on. You got a big 30 minutes of football coming up.
Okay, then everybody, you've got a very exciting 30 minutes of football ahead. Enjoy these 30 minutes and we'll see you after. We'll have a champion. We'll crown a champion after this extra time.
Off we go again then, 30 minutes more in this FIFA Women's Champions Cup. Corinthians rescuing it from the death with that last minute penalty. And Arsenal, who have led twice seen their lead reduced to parity, need to go again. Who has the energy? Who has the desire? Duda Sampaio. Corinthians with the early possession. Ivana Puto plays it back. Johnson, away by McCabe. Well done for there. Ivana Fuso now. Took ball in. The header, a strong one, and tipped over behind. It was Victoria, the player who scored the penalty, right at the end there. Very good header. Borba equal to it. Corinthians have started this first period of additional time better. Arsenal making that change then. Here is Laia Codina. She's coming on for Kim Little, who hands the armband over to Wubben Moy. World Cup winner with Spain. Laia Codina. Corinthians corner, put into a good area, breaks for Fuso, who flies over. Stacked up nicely for Ivana Fuso. Given away by Arsenal. Andressa. Arsenal need to regain that composure. They look a little unsettled after that late leveller. Here's Johnson. Forward by McCabe. Cut out before it could reach Russo. Holmberg. Wubben Moy fouled by Johnson. Additional time. Who has the staying power then? Who has the grit to go again? Twice Corinthians have clawed back from a goal down. Calzente. Ford. Back with Calzente. Better from Arsenal, moving the ball around with more confidence. Comes to Calzente, she goes from range. Half the clearance there, here's Ford. Wins the corner. Down with what looks like cramp, and she's coming off to be replaced by number 31, Rodrigo. Yellow card as she leaves the field. She's given everything out there. Corner there. Good looking delivery, Ruben Moyes there, and the header glances away from goal. Scored with a header earlier on, couldn't make that one pay. Good chance for Arsenal, for Ruben Moyes. One ball looking for Johnson. Ruben Moyes shields it back to Forba. Additional time a little scrappier than 90. Sides to run out of puck. Corinthians celebrating every throw in they win, every free kick they win. Okay, with the header. Judas Sampaio brings it down. Away by Kelly. Told to take a couple of steps back to where the ball went out of play. Since Corinthians got that late leveller, they're much more even. They've really used the momentum from that moment to spur them on. Arsenal struggling to get back in this. Emirates chasing down the through ball. Quick with the throw in. Ball in from Kelly. Behind it goes for a goal kick. Playing us spoke ahead of this game about how such an unknown playing these teams they've never played before. What a challenge Corinthians are proving. Like Cadena. Holmberg. Moy. Al dente. Tired legs out there as we strike the 100th minute mark. Forward with purpose, Holmberg. Comes into trouble. And fouls Robledo and catches Robledo's head with a trailing knee. Painful one for number 7, but I think an accidental one. There, that trailing knee that caught the back of her head. It is a painful one for Robledo. Down on the ground. Trying to jump over her, Holmberg. Banger, watching on, a man synonymous with this stadium, was a big part of his legacy when he was at Arsenal. He's now FIFA's Chief Global Football Development Officer. He's enjoying being out of the rain in the nice seats under the roof. Robledo going to be okay to continue? Let's see. Those Corinthian fans are okay to continue. Excellent fan scene from them. Can they help surge their side towards a victory here? Foul by Codina. Robledo's back on the pitch, it's okay. Here is Robledo, player that won the penalty. Helped by McCabe. Mornham wins it. Red shirt flying forward. It's 4-on-3. Taken forward, talked wide. The shot across. It is in. And Arsenal back in front. Caitlin Ford with the goal in additional time. And for the third time in this final, Arsenal take the lead. Can they keep it now? Can they see this out? A massive goal for Arsenal, a massive goal for Caitlin Ford. She's struggled for goals in recent months, but that one could be a massive one. All about the tenacity of Mornham to win it off Suda Sampaio here, and then it was 4-on-3. Looked like she'd gone too wide for it, and she snuck it in that near post. Spotted the gap left by Alexia. Can Corinthians come back again? Yellow out for Caldente for a pull of the shirt. Two minutes at the end of the first period of additional time then. Forward by Judas Sampaio, met by Russo. And the back goal was down by Ruben Moy, and surely that forward was in an offside position anyway. Well, the Arsenal players are saying to the referee that also been a free kick for them. Final this has been. Such drama. Two continental giants going at each other. Judas Sampaio out by McCabe. Switched out, cleared by Holmberg. Emirates gives it to Arsenal's goal scorer, Bornham. Maintains possession. The Corinthian crowd behind that goal quiet for the first time this evening. That's the first half of extra time to a close then. Caitlin Ford with the goal to get Arsenal back in front. Can they keep it this time? She'll be frustrated. She couldn't keep that out, being at a near post. Aside from that, she's been brilliant. Half time then in extra time. Arsenal 3, Corinthians 2. Be the instructions from René Slager? Will it be go on and get a fourth, or will it be to try and see this out? Because twice they've been in front and Corinthians have levelled. How can they prevent that happening again? Has the Brazilian side finally run out of time? Can Arsenal produce another 15 minutes? 15 minutes needed to ensure they get their hands on the trophy. His side have been so tenacious, twice coming from behind to draw level. They started that first period of extra time really well. Better side, but Arsenal grew into it after they got over the shock of that late equaliser. And Arsenal changed them. Victoria Pelova coming into the fray. Dutch midfielder, started in the semi-final. Missed a big chunk of football for Arsenal with a serious knee injury. I think Caldente's come off, but she's come off too early though. Corinthians good tracking back from Holmberg, did really well. Corinthians back shooting towards that big section of their fans behind the goal. Might that help them, give them momentum and inspiration to get back to level. Players await their delivery That's a good delivery. Ford. Trying to run it out, but instead runs it out of play. Trim defender into Anaputa, cleared by Ford. Here's Kalova. He said ahead of this game he wants his side to show their quality, the Brazilian football they play. Well, they've certainly showed plenty of that. Away by Kalova. Cleared by Teller. Insofar as Chloe Kelly. Who's got the energy? Who's got the stamina in this extra time? The Arsenal defenders gave away that late penalty. Kalova in the penalty area. Forward by Duda Sampaio. Johnson out with a willing runner, pressuring Ruben Moy. Half a little behind Borba, but okay. To recover as the goalkeeper. Chloe Kelly gets to that. Corinthians can't keep it. Arsenal just looking to keep it, hold on to it. Away from Kalova. And the shot, a wild one. Not target one from Victoria. Arsenal sloppy. Moments like that could cost them. René Slagers will be furious with... and Victoria will be furious she couldn't have produced a better finish. Into the box. Caitlin Ford saved by Letizia. She's been really impactful since coming on. Caitlin Ford got Arsenal's third goal. Proving a real handful in the penalty box. And the energy from the Corinthians players. Remember, in the 111th minute, over. Into the corner. No rush to take this corner, no short corner this time. In from Chloe Kelly. First contact from Corinthians, still alive. Johnson, mile away. Foul committed by Holmberg. Russo just trying to prevent the quick restart. A little fortunate perhaps not to the yellow for them. Well watched down the play by Holmberg. Away by Samira. Ivana Fuso. Can't keep it. Neither can Arsenal. Surely they can't do it again, Corinthians. Ball up for Johnson, out by Ruben Moy. Flag up for offside. Those players out there using their last reserves of energy. We approach nearly 2 hours of football in this final. Will it be joy for René Slager's full-time whistle? As things stand, it will. Goes back to Zalova. Russo. Not in a hurry. Referee playing. Less than 5 minutes to go then. Ivana Fuso. Drive one challenge. Can't beat Mornham. Here's Caitlin Ford trying to poke it into the path of Russo. Corinthians playing catch up again. Is it too late this time? Emirates allowed to travel. Solid defensive header from Ruben Moy. Back with Emirates. Long range effort. Sailed wide. Robledo. That would have been some way to get back level. No playing out from the back for Arsenal anymore. Pump it downfield. into that corner. Chloe Kelly will put the pressure on Taid. Ivana Fuso looking for Johnson. The ball go past her. From Russo to win the free kick. Renee Flagg is in the rain here in North London. Her side winning. She must have thought they were going to win it in normal time. Late penalty. Taking us to this extra time. At the end of the day, Robledo and Victoria Pelova. The Arsenal fans here in the Emirates Stadium trying to urge their side on. Final moment. It's late now on a Sunday night. Final minute, 60 seconds, and then any injury time for Arsenal to hang on. Ruben Moy, free kick Corinthians, and with this, they'll fire it forward, they'll send everyone forward. Mornham forced back. Long it goes. McCabe clears. Smart goalkeeping. 2 minutes then. 2 minutes on the end of the 120 that we've played here in London. 2 minutes for Corinthians to take us to penalties. Could they? Would they? Can they? Can Arsenal stop them? Cleared by Pelova. Erika. High back to Arsenal's box. Anywhere will do for Arsenal. They just want to get it downfield now. And here now they can carry it forward with Kelly finding Mornham. It's a poor ball though. And frustration on the face of Renee Flagg. Bit of cramp for Taid, it looks like. Experienced Brazilian defender. Forward ball, Johnson making the run, Border is out. And claims, and you see that looks like a really bad clash between her and her defender. Really brave goalkeeping from Borba. Ruben Moy was coming in to try and shield it to the goalkeeper, but actually caught her own keeper in the face. take a look at the goal that, as things stand, has won this game for Arsenal, won this final for Arsenal. Caitlin Ford with the finish. Look at the celebration, the relief. Released in that moment. And the look of disappointment on the faces of the Corinthians. Her goal, as it stands, is the winner. Also have other problems at the moment though with their goalkeeper Borba down, stretches coming on, and this is a really sad way for the final to come to an end. She's doing really good, Borba, in both the semi-final, kept a clean sheet in that, and in this final as well, making some quality save. And we hope that this is a cautionary measure. This will be a concussion sub, it'll have to be. In all likelihood, she'll probably come on and not touch the ball. Come on and take the free kick, take the goal kick. And then the final whistle will go. She's probably feeling a bit aggrieved having to come on. The pouring rain here in North London, waiting to celebrate. Final moment, final seconds in this final when we get back underway. Corinthians just perhaps running out of puff at the final moment. Those Corinthian fans though haven't run out of puff. All game they've been amazing. And they really make you think that the World Cup in Brazil next year, the Women's World Cup, is going to be brilliant. It's going to be so exciting, so celebratory. Van Domsela just wringing out the rainwater from her gloves then. It has not stopped raining all evening. Need to put on those soggy gloves. Borba then coming off for Arsenal. Bit of sadness at the end of this final. The Arsenal players be concerned for their teammate. Never want to see a player taken off on a stretcher. Hopefully this is all precautionary. What a long evening it's been. Concern on the face of the Arsenal players watching on. What a nasty collision. And Domsel are going through a couple of little warm-up movements on the side of the pitch. Players on the pitch just kicking the ball around, trying to keep warm. Never ideal when you have to pause after such a long period of play. Prime situation to pull them up for that. What a game this has been. Let's have a look back at all 5 goals. Here was the opener, Olivia Smith for Arsenal on the 15th minute. Didn't take long though for Corinthians to get back level. Gabi Zanoich, their captain. Ruben Moy made it 2-1 Arsenal. And then right at the end of the 90th, penalty awarded. Katie McCabe with the foul, Victoria with the penalty finish. And here, as things stand, the winning goal. Caitlin Ford. The European champions, the reigning European champions, Corinthians, the reigning champions of South America. As things stand, it's Europe, it's Arsenal, who are getting their hands on the trophy. Ruben Moy will feel a little guilty. She collided with Borba, but nothing that she could do about it. Arsenal are doing a concussion sub here then, so Van Domsel are coming on, and because of that, Corinthians are allowed another sub, and they're going to make 1-2 then for these final minutes, seconds of this game. Change for Corinthians was seeing forward Ariel Godio coming on. Warm applause from everyone here in the Emirates Stadium as Borba is about to be lifted off the field. So we hope Annika Borba will be okay. Bit of a dampener on the end of this final. Sad moment to see a player injured, particularly what could be a serious injury. So the Arsenal sub then, Van Domsel comes in to replace the injured Annika Borba. Experienced Dutch goalkeeper, was the goalkeeper when Arsenal won the Women's Champions League in Lisbon in May. And Ariel Godoy coming on as well for Corinthians. On for Tamira. Forward on for a defender. Okay. 10-minute stoppage then at the end of this final. on by Palova. Cleared by Wubben-Moy. Further away by Katie McCabe. And there it is. The final whistle then. Arsenal are champions. Oh, how they had to work for it. 120 minutes plus played. But after all that, Arsenal are the winners of the inaugural FIFA Women's Champions Cup. North London forever rings round the stadium. Arsenal, 3 goals was needed in the end. Twice they went in front, twice Corinthians clawed it back. But a full-time score here, it's Arsenal 3, Corinthians 2.
Wow, what a final. Arsenal were the first ever FIFA Women's Champions Cup winners after playing over 130 minutes of football. Girls, we were treated to an amazing game, weren't we, Jen?
Jen, how you doing?
You must be happy.
Feeling great now, yeah. I'm finally relaxed. I can hear North London Forever being sung in the background, but my goodness, did they have to work for it. I think what an effort for Corinthians, but that was just an awesome final. 5 goals, extra time, everything you could have wanted and expect from 2 teams that have a dynasty of football they've built over such a long period of time. So I enjoyed it.
I bet you did. Girls, what do you think? A great game.
It was so exciting. What a match.
What a match. The drama, the scenes, the fans traveling, the late goals. I mean, we really had it all in this match, and I think Corinthians, although they lost, should be so proud. I mean, this is a preseason match. 130 minutes. Imagine if they were mid-season and came in to play this game. I mean, put some respect on their name. This is just a joy to watch, and I love that this is the first iteration of this, and I really can't wait for what's next after seeing what we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, incredible final to watch, just as an unbiased fan. I was happy to see Corinthians, stick to what they did well in the semifinal and get a goal late in this match to push them into extra time. Like you both have said, this is an incredible display of football, the global stage for these clubs. They're continental giants, both of them, and to be able to come here and put on this type of final and this type of match for the fans, for the world to witness. Really, really cool, very special to be a part of it. Like, look at these scenes right now. Are you kidding me? This is
still singing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I want to be up in those stands with the Corinthians fans. So I feel like I got to get to a match at some point because their support was insane here. So cool to see. Incredible day for Arsenal, for them to be lifting, Champions League trophy in May and now January. Within less than 12 months, they're now lifting the FIFA Champions Cup plate.
I was thinking the exact same, looking at Renee Slager's in your picture now. Champions League winner, now Champions Cup. And there's such a short spell as a manager, what she's done with this team, knowing that the levels that they can reach, having just beaten Chelsea in the WSL, of course they'll still chase that, chasing Champions League again, but this is another trophy, shield, plate, whatever you want to call it in the cabinet. This team has created history again, and that's what this club's all about.
And it really boosts their season now. We mentioned in the pre-match, they've kind of had mixed reviews on their season so far, and this was kind of the time of year where we saw their season last year take a big step forward.
They like a late season.
They do, don't they?
They're well under pressure.
Their new style.
It has been really up and down, but what I want to reiterate, especially with the champions of Europe, Arsenal, they're the only team in England to have won it. They've won it twice. To even qualify for this tournament, to win the Champions League is such a hard thing to do for all of the teams in this competition, but for even Arsenal to only win it twice and it not to come around often, you don't know how many times you're going to qualify for this tournament, because it's now going to be the hardest tournament.
Bye.